My heart was once a lighthouse, steady and unwavering, shining brightly through every storm, guiding those I loved back to safety whenever they drifted too far. But lighthouses can only burn if someone tends to their flame, and eventually, mine was smothered by the very people I thought it was meant to save. My name is Joseph, and this is how I walked away from the wreckage of my family and built a life where I finally learned the meaning of freedom. It all began on an ordinary evening in Philadelphia. I was sprawled across my sagging couch in a one-bedroom apartment that smelled faintly of coffee grounds and stale air, the kind of place where time seems to stand still. Outside, the city roared with life, car horns blaring, street vendors shouting, the endless churn of a city that never stopped. But inside, it was just me, the pale glow of my phone cutting through the dimness, and the soft drone of some cop drama echoing from the TV. It should have been a quiet night. It should have been nothing. But that night carved a scar I'll never forget. My phone buzzed. That sharp vibration sliced through the silence like a blade. I glanced at the screen. A notification. A message from the family group chat. Mom, Dad, my brothers Adam and Eric, my sister Emily, and Uncle Robert. The group was usually filled with light-hearted nonsense. Dad's terrible puns. Emily's latest vegan experiments. Reminders about birthdays or game nights. But this wasn't a pun, or a silly picture, or a meme. It was a single message from my mother. 7 words that cracked something inside me. Christmas is at our house. Except Joseph. I froze. My breath snagged like glass in my throat. I blinked once, twice, 3 times, praying I had misread. But I hadn't. My family, my blood, had just carved me out of their circle, right there in public, for everyone in that chat to see. And as if the cruelty wasn't sharp enough already, the reactions began rolling in. Adam gave a thumbs up. Eric, a thumbs up. Emily, another thumbs up. Even Uncle Robert, who couldn't go 10 minutes without bragging about his fishing trips, joined in with his silent approval. No one asked why. No one defended me. No one said, "Wait, what's happening here?" Nothing but a suffocating silence that screamed louder than words. My fingers trembled. I typed a reply. Deleted it. Typed again. Deleted that too. Anger surged through me. Rage, betrayal, grief, all tangled together. I wanted to scream at them, demand an explanation, call them traitors, tell them what monsters they were. But when I finally hit send, the words I chose were different. Got it. I respect your choice. But you're done seeing me. Respect mine. For 1 second, I thought maybe my restraint would pierce them. Maybe they would hesitate, second-guess themselves. But what came back crushed any last thread of hope. A flood of laughing emojis. My family was laughing at me. Laughing like I was nothing more than the punchline of a bad joke. The phone slipped from my hand and hit the couch with a dull thud. I stared into the dim apartment, my chest aching with something deeper than anger. It felt like mourning, like I was grieving a home I never truly had. And in that silence, the question tore through me. How did we get here? The answer lay in the weeks before. A month earlier, I'd shown up at my parents' house for our usual Sunday dinner. The air had been rich with the scent of warm bread and cider. I was in a good mood. I'd landed a new client at work, bought a new jacket, and for once, I was looking forward to just being around my family. The house was buzzing with voices, laughter, the clink of glasses. I thought it was just another ordinary night. But I should have seen the storm gathering. As I sank into my chair, Dad gave me a smile that wasn't really a smile at all. It was sharp, like a blade catching the light. "Joseph," he said casually, "we've been planning something. We're all going to Fiji for Christmas this year." My sister Emily's eyes lit up. "I found this amazing resort," she gushed. "Overwater bungalows, infinity pools, snorkeling. It's pricey, but it's heaven on earth." I smiled, genuinely happy for them. "That sounds incredible. How much do I owe?" They laughed. Not kindly, not warmly, but with a cruelty that made my skin prickle. Uncle Robert leaned in, his tone slick and oily. "Oh, Joseph, you're not pitching in. You're covering all of us." The room tilted. "What?" Mom nodded like it was the most natural thing in the world. "We added it up. For me, your dad, Adam, Eric, Emily, and Robert. $24,000. 2 weeks. Luxury resort. Spa days. The works." I laughed, thinking it was a joke. But their faces were hard, expectant, greedy. "You expect me to pay $24,000 so you can all have a tropical vacation?" Emily shrugged. Her eyes glittered with entitlement. You've got the money, Joseph. I saw your savings app once. 14 grand, at least. What's it just sitting there for? The room spun. They were carving up my future like it belonged to them. And I realized then, this wasn't about family. It never had been. I stood, the chair scraping against the floor. I'm not your bank account. I'm not funding your fantasy. The warmth drained from the room. Dad's voice turned cold. Joseph, you're choosing yourself over family. Family. I spat back. Family doesn't rob you blind and call it love. Dinner ended in silence. I walked out into the night, the winter air burning my lungs. That was the last real interaction I had with them before the group chat shattered everything. The truth was, it had been building for years. I had always been their lifeline. I paid Adam's phone bill, Eric's gym membership, Mom and Dad's repairs, Emily's shopping sprees. Every emergency, every shortfall, I stepped in. And I told myself it was care. That it was love. That it made me part of them. But staring at those laughing emojis, the illusion crumbled. I wasn't a son, a brother, or a nephew. I was an ATM with a pulse. 3 months before all this, my boss Claire had called me into her office. Joseph, she'd said warmly, I'm opening a new branch in Austin. I want you to lead it. Regional director. Huge raise. Full control. A fresh start. And like the fool I was, I turned her down. I can't leave my family, I said. They need me. But that night, after the laughing emojis, I called her back. It was late, but she answered. That Austin position, I said, my voice shaking but steady. Is it still open? You're in luck, she replied. It hasn't been filled. Do you want it? Yes, I whispered. When can I start? 2 months later, I was gone. I sold my apartment, every lamp, every couch cushion soaked with memory. I didn't tell a soul. Not my parents. Not my siblings. Not Emily. I packed my life into a U-Haul and drove south to Austin, where the air smelled like mesquite and freedom. My new office overlooked the Colorado River. My mornings began with sunrise coffee on a porch that actually felt like mine. I built a team, found friends who cared about me as a person, not as a wallet. For the first time in my adult life, I felt alive. And then, I finished what I had started. On my first day as regional director, I logged into my bank account. One by one, I canceled every automatic payment I'd been making for them. My parents' utilities, Adam's phone, Eric's gym, Emily's shopping. Each click was like a chain breaking, a door slamming shut. The fallout came fast. A week later, my phone exploded with missed calls, voicemails, texts. Mom begged. Joseph, the power company's threatening to cut us off. Adam whined. Bro, my phone's disconnected. Emily snapped. My card got declined. What's your deal, Joseph? But I didn't answer. They weren't missing me. They were missing the money. And then, the final twist. A month later, I got a letter. Real paper. Handwritten. From Emily. I almost tore it up, but the first line stopped me cold. Joseph, we're so sorry. I read on, my hands trembling. We were wrong about Fiji, about Christmas, about everything. We were selfish. We don't want your money. We want you back. Please call us. For one wild heartbeat, I wanted to believe her. I wanted to think they had changed. That maybe, finally, they saw me for me. But then I reached the last line. Dad's in the hospital. We can't afford the bills without you. There it was. The truth. Not remorse. Not love. Just need. I burned the letter in my backyard, watching their words curl into ash. And then I changed my number, blocked their emails, and cut them out for good. Now, in Austin, I'm free. My team is thriving. My friendships are genuine. I'm seeing someone who cares about me, not my bank account. My porch is lined with succulents, stubbornly alive in the Texas sun. I've even learned to grill, badly, but the smoke and laughter feel like mine. For the first time in my life, I am breathing air that belongs to me. Family isn't who shares your blood. Family is who shares your heart. So let me ask you, have you ever had to burn a bridge just to save yourself? Drop your story in the comments. And if mine resonated with you, don't just walk away. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join me here again. Because together, we can remind each other of this truth. Freedom isn't selfish. It's survival.